So, hello everyone. I just sat down because I wanted to answer to your comments, and I just had the idea, why don't I just make a video out of it and talk about it rather than typing in my answers. So, I'm just looking through the comments here. I usually give you hearts while I'm commuting into work. Yeah. So, Klaus, thanks. Yes, it looks healthy. And it was healthy. Sometimes too healthy is a bit too boring. But no, it was really good. I mean, it depends what dressing you put on the salad. Helen, yeah, that is true. It's always best to eat it on Harvest Day. Joyce, hello Joyce. You're absolutely right, and I keep forgetting about it. Especially because after that I was actually cooking the kohlrabi. So that's actually quite a big loss that I haven't used that water to cook the kohlrabi in. But you're right, so I must remember that. I don't know why I don't do that. Christine, yes, my zucchini, I think they will be ready to harvest tomorrow. I don't want them to grow too big. And, well, yeah, I have lots of colleagues who will be happy to take some off me anyways. Swiss chard, I was harvesting a few Swiss chard. They don't call it Swiss chard here in Switzerland. It's called Krautstiel. And in Austria we call it Mangold. Yeah, so it's not a Swiss chard. I don't know where that name comes from though. However, my neighbor, who is Swiss, and she's growing this as well, she was quite surprised that I have this rainbow colored Swiss chard. She never seen those before. Yeah. And I'm supposed to sow some kale for autumn and winter. Yes, how many salads have purple flowers, Debbie? Sorry. And Stephen, I just did the kohlrabi video for you and for everyone else, of course, but I think you mentioned it somewhere, or you asked how I'm preparing it. This is just one way of preparing it. It's the other video I've just uploaded a few moments ago. Yes, Linda, I also wish I could chop that fast. Donna, yes, my magazine, I feel actually quite bad and guilty because I haven't done a video with the magazines. Maybe I should keep those magazines just for winter because I'm expecting to have a long break once autumn has arrived. I won't spend as much time on the plot during the winter time as I did back in London because it's just really cold and not much to do really. Maybe some building projects. Chris, thank you so much for all your comments, by the way. You're such a good viewer to everyone here on the YouTube gardening community. And I quite enjoy your videos. You have a beautiful home wherever you live there with all the birds and the flowers. It's beautiful. Thank you, Vincent. And Gala, of course, you're always commenting a lot. Very positive. And Sabrina, this is my sister's name as well, by the way. It does look pretty. Thanks, Maria. Yes, I'm in the kitchen again. I'm in the kitchen all the time. However, I don't film as much anymore. I actually did even an elderflower syrup the other day, and I even have filmed it, but I still didn't edit it. So I'm not even too sure if I'm going to do it because it's so time consuming. And yeah. Met Benny from Norway. I actually am waiting for my nasturtiums also to flower, but they're only very little yet. That is also very nice and decorative on salads. A mug for you, thank you. And Stephen, you're always commenting. Thank you so much, by the way. Okay, let's go to the other video and to the other comments. So this is the video about the potato beetles and the brassica that doesn't grow. Thank you, my dear vegan McFeel. I try my best. Yeah, I know, it's horrible. I really feel sorry when I, eliminate them. But otherwise, there's no point of having plants, really. I mean, sometimes you have to be cruel, unfortunately. But I really feel bad for them. And Sherry, I think every year, usually people would have some sort of issue with some sort of veg. Depends, really. You have tiny flea beetle. I used to have these flea beetles on the rocket salad, and now I have new rocket salad, and when they were growing in the beginning they looked so fine, but now I have little holes, so I think there might be flea beetles there as well now. Thank you. So, and then here we go. Rosemary beetle, I never heard of that. Marty. Yeah. Hi, Anne. Yes, I'm hoping to make a video at some point, like maybe after 1 year. That will be in September. Did I look at a plot in September or in October last year? Yeah, and then I might do a video comparing from different angles. Yeah. Hi, Patricia. My little rose I have planted, which is bought from Aldi and was very cheap. It looks so pretty, but the leaves are completely full with little holes now. So the rose itself is fine, the flower, but the foliage is looking, not nice. I have to show you in the next video. Yeah, you feel no remorse. But yeah. Thank you, Terry. Wendy, I do know, I've heard this in somewhere else, that the Colorado beetle, that they have used it already actually in the First World War, and then also in the Second World War, that they have dropped them, and they're accusing each other. The British accuse the Germans of dropping them on their side and vice versa. But yeah, it is the Colorado beetle, and it comes originally from Colorado, and I'm pretty sure it didn't swim over the ocean by itself. How funny. Yes, Linda, it was very healthy. Oh, you had the Colorado beetles too, Stephen. On the eggplant. I didn't even try growing eggplants. Maybe I try next year. But unfortunately, I could spot one beetle next to the tomato house, because they would attack the tomatoes as well. That would be horrible. Please let me know if it works with the neem oil. I did sow the borage. I had a wildflower seed packet, and I was sowing the borage. It didn't grow by itself. Yeah. Well, the other lady, there was not another lady helping me. That was my neighbor, tending to her plot next door. It is time consuming, Linda. Yes, unfortunately. The farmer behind the field, he definitely has sprayed the field with whatever. I have no idea. Most probably it's some sort of pesticide and not an organic one. However, the beetles seem to survive that. And also my next door neighbor, she has also sprayed them, and they're still alive. They're very tough little buggers. Yeah. Watering, I know. It takes up quite some time. So this evening I actually took off because it looks like it might rain overnight, hopefully, so I can spend more time at home with my kittens. It is a pest, yes. Yeah. I just keep picking them, really. And then the offspring must be smothered. Thank you, Joyce. Yeah. Now, Dave, I'm not sure if it's too warm in there. Yes, it does have a microenvironment, but I would assume if it's too warm inside, then the foliage would wilt, but it's standing so firm. However, I've seen in another video, in a German YouTube video, he had the same problem with a few of his tomato plants inside his tunnel. And he had mice. So basically the mice didn't eat the roots, but because they had their tunnels down there, the root was standing more or less in a hole and wouldn't grow anywhere. So he has destroyed the tunnels by flushing them. And it looks like he can save his tomatoes. Maybe I'll try the same, or maybe I'll just dig around to see if there's really a tunnel underneath nearby. Christine, yes, mine are still very little. You know, I've planted two butternut. Well, it's one butternut and one honey nut, it's called. I have planted them in the strawberry bed because I'm going to give up these two strawberry beds. I'm going to make one new one. And they are looking really fine. But these two other honey nut and butternut in the wild flower bed at the end, they look very tiny. But I think they have so much competition there with everything that is growing up there. But anyways, let's see how it would develop. Yeah. And my pepper plants, they looked really poorly. However, it seems like they are catching up now. They have new green foliage at the top. So I'm not going to chuck them out. Not yet. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Karen. Yes, it is really wild. And I could see that, I think most probably it must have been the foxes that they have been jumping inside, because it looks like some bigger animal must have been playing inside or lying down or something like that, but it doesn't matter. It is a wildflower bed and a wildlife area too. Yeah, Kathy, there's nothing else you can do, just collecting them, as many as possible. I'm more concerned about the growth of my potatoes. The foliage isn't looking that amazing compared to the other people's potatoes around me. So I have no idea. Maybe it's because of the variety, or I don't know. I'm even watering them now, so... But yeah, we'll see. And the broccoli, I have bought a broccoli that should form a head and not a sprouting broccoli. But the one I have harvested looks like a sprouting broccoli, yes. And yeah, thank you. I think Feta and Olive are quite happy here. And I actually took them out this evening again. And Feta is more and more confident about being outdoors. Okay, let's do these 3 comments quickly. Anita, kohlrabi tastes very... how do you say... it has got quite a brassica taste to it. But it's very nice. I really like it. Most of the people actually like it. And you can eat it raw as well. It's really good to have it as a snack. Yeah, you should join. Really. I can imagine that was lots of hard work you had to do back then, Gala. The peas look good. I hardly had any damage on them. Well, damage, I hardly had any pea moth. However, I must say that the taste of it wasn't as good as the variety I used to have back in London. So I want to plant another variety next year, definitely. They're all right, but not overwhelmingly good. So I want to try another variety next year. Yeah, they obviously had fun playing with the peas too. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much. Yes, it was, and I actually had to shell more peas yesterday and the day before. If there was another basket, I didn't have such a huge harvest, so no, I was quite good. Most of it is in the freezer now. Yeah, Olive is a mommy's boy. I seen you only eating one pea. Never trust what you see in a video, you know. It's all about the editing, etc. Thank you, Michelle. What would you do if you decided not to use plastic? Well, I know what you mean. I actually found some, but still plastic containers, little plastic containers, which I use to freeze the food I made for my other cat before he died. So I'm actually using those now, which will be reused again and again. And even those plastic bags with the zip, I can keep using them. However, I didn't have small ones for small portions. Otherwise, I don't know how to store it in the freezer because you can't put glass in there. Thank you, Dave in Nebraska. They were fine looking, but I just said earlier, I'm not too convinced about the taste of them. So I want to do another variety next year. Yeah, but they did look good. I mean, I must say there were hardly any damage, hardly any pea moth. I had many more back in London. And yeah, I think there will be another 1 or 2 harvests coming out of these. Pigeons, yeah. Jealous, don't be jealous. I'm sometimes jealous of your full English breakfast you're posting on Instagram. A lot mental. They never make it to the kitchen? Oh well, that is a shame. Yeah, as I said just before, I only use these 2 bags, and with my next harvest I used my little plastic containers, and they're all frozen now in the freezer. Yes. Yes, they are, really. Yes, you're right, Stephen. Absolutely. And to you, Stephen. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll leave it for now, and we might do this again.